Welcome back. Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Queen Convos. Thank you for tuning in this week. I appreciate it so much. I hope you are having an amazing week, an amazing month, an amazing year. On that note, let's go ahead and jump into our Queen Quote of the Week. You know what this is. It's the affirmations that we say to ourselves to ensure that we carry it with us and carry the greatness that is within us throughout the week. And for this week, our Queen Quote says, "The joy I have is permanent, and there isn't anything or anyone who can take it from me." Because as we know, or maybe we don't know, happiness is dependent upon the things that are happening in your life. But that joy is what lives on the inside of you. That joy is what makes you get up even if you don't feel like it. That joy is something that even if everything is going wrong, you know you are still going to be okay. So I want us to remember that we have this joy within us. And maybe you haven't tapped into that joy yet. And if you haven't tapped into that joy yet, go ahead and ask God to help you tap into your joy. Okay? Because with that is going to come a new frame of mind, a new outlook on the things that are going on in your life that may not be too good, that may suck, right? But that joy keeps us moving on, right? So I'm going to repeat it again. Write it on the tablets of your heart. Write it in your phone. Write it in your physical tablet. Write it on your fridge. And say it to yourself every time you see it. And it says, "The joy I have is permanent. And there isn't anything or anyone that can take it from me." And that is your Queen Quote of the Week. So for our royalty time today, I thought it would be nice to answer some questions from the set of questions that I got off of Amazon. And the name of the cards it's called Table Topics, and this is the original one. They have different categories or different versions or editions, but this is the original one. So I'm just going to pick a couple. What's on your bucket list? I'm going to kind of modify this question, and I would say, what is on your list of things to do in your life? Like big goals. Travel. I want to be able to travel. I want to go to, I feel like I've said this so many times, but it doesn't matter, because I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. I would love to go to Italy. I want to go to Greece. I want to travel to at least most of the states in the United States. I've been to a handful, but I would love to go to some more. I want to experience the United States, Canada, Mexico as well. So that's like my main thing is to travel. I want to be able to just see what the world has to offer. Next question. Where would you most like to travel? Okay, well, I just answered that question. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Let me see the next question. If you got a tattoo, what would you get and where would you put it? That's a good question. So actually, I do not have any tattoos. Surprise. Shocker. But if I did get a tattoo, and me, my sister, and I think my brother was talking about this, or maybe me and my sister was talking about this and just didn't inform my brother. But I feel like since it's just the three of us, and I feel like we should get matching tattoos, and it should be like Roman numerals. So it would be 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. So I'm the middle child, so I would get 2 of 3, and nice little Roman numerals, and something like I'm my sibling's keeper or something like that, something cute like that. And really, I would like to get that like on my wrist, like the inside of my wrist. I don't know if that actually would hurt, but I would want something like cute and dainty, nothing too like crazy. But if I didn't get something like that, I would want, it's either very small or very big. So if I were to get a big tattoo, I would want it on my thigh, and I would want something, I don't know, something like very like artistic, or something very powerful or strong, maybe like a strong animal, like a lioness or something like that. Something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's probably what I would want to get. So either very small or very big. Last question. Which country did your family come from? Okay, that's easy. Well, my family came from Guyana in South America. That's Guyana. And that is a Caribbean country. So my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, they are all from Guyana. My mother came over here when she was about 17. Afterwards, she brought my dad over here. They got married while they were in Guyana, came over here, and then they had us, and the rest is history. So I say that I am the first generation born in America, because technically my mom and my dad, they were here before us, obviously, but they weren't born here. My mother is now a naturalized citizen, so she is a citizen in the United States, and we were the first generation born here, my brother, my sister, and myself. So yeah, so that is where my family is from, Guyana, South America. Shout out to them. So that wraps up our questions. And if you have any questions for me, like I said, feel free to hit me up. You can send an email to queenconvospodcast@gmail.com. You can DM me at queenconvospodcast. You can send a DM to my personal page, which is Miss_Mel, MEL_ Terrell, TERRELL. And wherever you can find me, hit me up. Now you know what time it is. Baby, Your Majesty awaits. It's time for the Majesty moment. So for today's Majesty moment, if you have read the title of this episode, you know we are talking about religion and spirituality and my opinion on the two. Like I said in previous episodes, or if I haven't said it before, I'm saying it now. This is my opinion. This is my take on it. You do not have to take this as gospel. You believe whatever you want to believe, and you keep on keeping on. Hold your head up high. Look your head to the sky wherever you look, and you keep trudging on. This is my opinion. This is how I go about life. Like I said, eat the meat, spit out the bones, okay? This is a heavy topic. What I'm about to say may not be popular, but it's okay because this is my truth. Let me just start off with just saying, point blank period, religion is the great divider. And what I mean by that is religion is a man-made system. It really has, if you really boil down to it, it has little to do with what God really wants you to do, what God really is calling you to do. It's a bunch of practices put in place to keep people in line for fear that if they get out of line, they will get out of control of the person who was trying to control them. And that this dates way back when, way back before we was born or even thought of. Okay, so it's the great divider, because if you think about it, even within Christianity, let's just talk about that. There are so many different sectors. Oh, I'm Protestant, I'm Catholic, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Baptist, I'm Eon Fair, whatever. Like, it's so much, and it's used as a form of division to say, hey, my sector is right, your sector is wrong, and that's it. What if that's all wrong? What if how the outlook that you're putting on your specific religion, your specific denomination is wrong? That would cause a lot of stir, because it's almost as someone telling you something for your entire life, and then they pull the rug from up under you and say, oh no, that's actually not right. But, just indulge me for a little bit. I feel that and I'm speaking in terms of myself, because that's the only way that I know how to speak. My relationship with Jesus Christ, my relationship with God, is way more important than a bunch of condemnation, a bunch of religious practices that you don't even know why you're doing it, because you're only doing it because you were told and you were showed how to do it without an explanation as to why you're doing it. And I feel like my relationship with Jesus Christ is so much stronger when you're focusing on him, as opposed to focusing on, oh, let me get this right, let me get this right, let me do this, let me do this, no. We were created to have the choice, the option to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, to have a relationship with God. He created us so that we can choose to worship him and to have a relationship with him. He has angels that do nothing but worship him day and night. But he created us so special to have the choice to have a relationship with him. But the relationship with God has been muddled and has been tossed to the side for organized religious practices that God is like, wait, hold on. I didn't even say for you to do that, sweetie. I didn't say for you to participate in that over you having a relationship with me. Some people been in church their whole life, but don't even have a relationship with God. And there are some people who have never been to a church and have a beautiful relationship with God. We need to kind of deprogram our minds to think that religion is going to get you where you need to be. It's the relationship you have with Christ. And I'm speaking for my personal beliefs, and that's why I'm talking about Christ. So I'm talking about Jesus Christ. That's why I'm talking about God, because I'm going from my truth, my perspective. So when people say, oh, I am more spiritual than religious, I mean, I understand that. My concern is, I feel like a lot of people use I'm more spiritual than religious to move away from God, period. So when you're talking about I'm spiritual, to me, and I could be wrong, but the vibe that I get from a lot of people is that they are focusing on something else other than Christ, other than God. And that's where the kind of issue comes in, because it's really all about the relationship. And, people, they talk about, oh, the universe, that's okay. But to me, it feels like God is being substituted for, quote unquote, the universe. And I think that's kind of where the problem comes into play as well. It's because we are trying so hard to break away from the man-made constraints of religion that we in turn we're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. And that is where I think a lot of us are becoming lost and confused about where we're going, what we're doing, and how we are living our lives. I specifically want to talk about Christianity, because I feel like Christianity is one of the only religions, quote unquote, just for simplification purposes, I would use religion, that is made up to be a joke, because everybody is claiming and screaming that they're Christian, but it's just, I think it's just like the default, and people use it without understanding like what that means. So I say that I am a follower of Jesus Christ. I am a king in the kingdom. I am a kingdom citizen, because it goes back to the relationship that you have with Christ over the religion. The religion aspect of it is used to condemn people, and people feel like, oh, if I don't do something right, I am so far removed from grace that I can't get back. But God is saying, hold on. That's not what I want. I want you to come towards me in your pain. I want you to come towards me in your brokenness. And I want you to come towards me so I can give you rest, so I can give you peace in the midst of your storm. But religion has made us feel like we can't do that. And that absolutely contradicts what God is all about. The two main things he says in his word is, I want you to love God and love people. Those are the two main, all the commandments fit underneath those two main objectives. Loving God, loving people, period. Okay? That's why I'm so grateful for the church that I go to. The church that I'm a part of is called Kingdom Life Fellowship Center. And we focus on giving people hope. We are focused on helping ordinary people excel in their faith, family relations, and finances. And how we do this is by eliminating ignorance, right? And imparting knowledge. So we are trying to eliminate just the mindless thinking, the mindless operating, like walking like a robot and don't even know why you're doing it. And we replace that with knowledge, like actually reading what the text says, actually like not checking our common sense at the door. It is our duty. It is our mission to replace condemnation with liberation. Replace the feelings like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be chastised for doing this wrong and this wrong and this wrong. And if I don't do this, I'm like, this is going to happen. If I do this, I won't make it into heaven. If I do this. No, we replace all of that with liberation, with having the freedom to know that God is with you through it all. And whoever you are, whatever you've done, come on, baby. There's nobody else on this planet that is blameless, okay? That is faultless, that has never done a wrong thing in life. I would be here all day with all the wrong things that I have done in my life. But that doesn't mean that I am not worth his love and worth his forgiveness and worth his grace and mercy. You are worth his forgiveness, his grace, his mercy. So I want, especially in my generation, the millennial generation, and the Gen Zs and all of them, I want them to know that it's time to have a relationship with Christ versus being shunned away based on what has happened to you or what people have done to you in the church, or how you feel about the hypocrisy in the church or what have you. My thing is, that's going to happen everywhere, okay? That's going to happen everywhere. The key is, what are you doing about your relationship with Christ? What are you doing with what he has given you? The talents and abilities he has given you. What are you doing about that? The more we worry about other people, the more we are distracted by what we are called to do and our relationship with Christ. So I don't want us to get distracted. I don't want us to feel like we can't love Christ and for Christ to love us. And if you think about it, everyone that God used in the Bible, they were not perfect. They were far from perfect. They had all types of flaws, okay? One of Jesus's right-hand man sold him out for some coins, okay? So you can't get more low down, dirty shame than that. So what makes you think that God is not going to love you and use you for his purpose? Be reassured and be encouraged that you can love God and not subscribe to the man-made religious aspects of this world. The important thing is that you understand that you are here because God said you need to be here for a purpose. You are here because God said, I want to and I am willing to love you through it all, regardless. And that you are here and he knows about the mistakes that you are going to make and that you have made. He knows all this, but he wants you here. He wants you to have a relationship with you. So don't let flawed men who created different types of religion or different denominations of religion to cause you to not have a relationship with him. So if you have been thinking about it and you're like, I know I need God in my life. I know I could feel him, but I just feel like it's been so long since I talked to him. It's been so long since I decided to just have a relationship with him. He is still waiting. He's waiting. He's waiting on you. He's waiting on you. And just let this be your moment. Let this be your opportunity to say, hey, God, I know it's been a while, but if you still want to have me and still want to have a relationship with me, I want to have a relationship with you. Just start it out like that. Just ask for forgiveness for anything that is not lined up in his will. Let me tell you, I pray every day for forgiveness for anything that I've said, done, or behaved in a manner that was against his will, because I need forgiveness daily. Okay. It's a daily thing. So don't feel bad about that, okay? Live in your truth, but also be responsible and accountable. And that's the difference. Just because you're not being condemned for these things that the world has told you will be condemned for does not mean that you should not be responsible, and does not mean that you won't have to answer for the things that you've done. We all have to answer to the things that we have done, but it doesn't mean that we will be condemned for it, if that makes sense. I can go on and on all day long about this topic because I feel like it's needed, it's necessary to talk about. If you don't have a church home and you're thinking about, man, I don't know where to go, I don't know like where to start, come on over to Kingdom Life Fellowship Center. Right now we are virtual, so if you want the Zoom link, hit me up and I will be delighted to give you the Zoom link. I mean, it's really that easy. You don't even have to leave your home, leave your house, and you can set up your church in your home because it's within you. It's inside of you. It's embedded in you. And if this is resonating with you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just accept it. Accept it and understand that, it's okay no matter how long it's been. No matter how long I took a whole hiatus just from church and everything for, first of all, a good amount of years, and then another break, you know what I mean? But I just saw the difference. I saw the difference when that relationship with God was not as strong as I wanted it to be. And I know I don't want my life to be like that. I need God to guide my steps every day. My life is just so much better having God close to me than for me feeling like he is so far away. So about the religion and the spirituality and all that, I don't subscribe to man-made religion. I subscribe to following the kingdom rules of Jesus Christ, following the kingdom living, which is not easy, especially if you grew up in a democracy like a lot of us have, we don't understand what kingdom living really is. And I'll have my bishop come on and talk about kingdom living at one point, I believe, in this season. But it's foreign if you haven't grown up in that system. So I get it. But that's what I subscribe to. And I subscribe to having that personal relationship, that daily talking. And I want my relationship to be stronger. Okay? I want my relationship to be stronger with God. I want it to be as strong as it can be. So I'm working on that. And it's a daily struggle. And God don't need you to be perfect. He just wants you to be open and receptive. And as far as the spirituality aspect of it, I feel like saying that you're more spiritual is fine as long as you are not substituting God for a spirituality. And as long as those two are not removed, then, like I said, this is all my opinion. That's all my opinion. And I don't chastise people for thinking a different way, for living their life a different way. That's one thing you're not going to see from me. And that's one thing that you're not going to see from Kingdom Life Fellowship Center. We don't do that. Okay. We not hear about chastising people who had abortions, or you know how people, or they a part of the LGBTQ community, so they don't deserve this, that, and the third. No. Or this person has been locked up for so many years, or this person does this, that, and the third. No, we don't do that. And I don't do that. Who am I to do that to anybody? Who am I to chastise anybody? Okay, no, you're not gonna get that from me, and you're not gonna get that from Kingdom Life. Okay, we love God and we love people, and that means all people. It don't matter what your past is. It don't matter what your present is. It's what are you going to do about your future? How are you going to go and press forward? Let me know what you think about this episode in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, if you want to talk about things further. I am here. If you want me to pray for you, I am here. If you want to start to develop a relationship with Christ and you don't really know how, just hit me up. Okay, I'm not some guru now. I'm not that, but I am a real person who has real struggles that I go through life just like you. I'm asking for grace every day, grace and mercy. So if you're looking for something like that, feel free to hit me up. I am excited and happy for anyone who does. It's not too late. As long as you are still breathing, have life in your lungs, it's not too late to develop that connection with God. All right, you guys, I love you all. I'm going to get out of here. It's your girl, Melissa. And remember to adjust your crown, walk in your purpose, and always remember who you are. Catch you later. Hey, you guys. It's your girl, Melissa, host of Queen Convos. Life goes for the queen in you. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard today, please feel free. And matter of fact, go ahead and do your girl a favor and like, comment, subscribe. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please go ahead and rate and review. I love you guys so much for listening, and I will see you later.